Good Monday, everybody. Welcome to At Lafayette Live for August 5th, 2024. I hope you guys are all having a great start to the week. Joining us here to kick off the week with At Lafayette Live as we do every week. So as we jump in, as you hop into the chat, let us know where you're from. Where are you watching from? Are you here in the Lafayette area? Are you in Lafayette or West Lafayette? Anybody here from Battleground? How about Delphi? Anybody from Indianapolis? Yeah, I've got a few people in the chat from Indy. That's awesome. How about further afield? You know, we have a couple watchers from the California area. So some people may be thinking about living here. Some people used to live here. Maybe some Purdue connections there, right? Let us know in the chat where you're from and what your connection is to the area. We'd love to hear about it. So I hope everybody's had a great Monday. Gonna chat here for just a second while everybody gets loaded in. I don't want to jump in too quickly and miss anything. What do you guys think about the weather out there? Nice and summery, right? It's a little humid, a little over the top maybe. We started off with a little cool summer, but it has definitely warmed up. And you know, it's of course less the heat as it is the humidity. Just absolutely oppressive. I went out Sunday evening to take care of a few chores out in the yard. It was disgusting. No thank you. You can keep it. What about you? How's your grass looking? Nobody wants to get out and mow in this. My neighbor who loves to mow, I think that he thinks it's a sport. Might be a way to get away from his wife. If you're watching, you know who you are. I haven't heard him outside in the last few days either. Now, that being said, grass isn't really growing at all that too fast of a rate right now, so. All right, well, we're all here, and let's get going. So I alluded to this in some of my posts leading up to the show this week. I've been working on a project behind the scenes for the last few weeks, probably a couple of months now, chipping away at it. And I'm excited to announce it to you here today, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it and will make use of it. So the announcement is that I'm launching a brand new website, and that website is thelafayettereal.com. This is going to be a home for all of my content, for everything that you see here weekly on At Lafayette Live, on Mondays, for all of my posts and information about fun things going on around the community. And it's also going to be information about the community itself. So go check it out and let me know what you think. We're going to walk through it a little bit here in just a second, but I'm really, really excited about this. So here's the address. It's www.thelafayettereal, R-E-A-L, as in for real.com. Go check it out if you got a chance right now. But let's walk through it, and I've really been putting a lot of effort into this, and I hope that you find it useful. Go bookmark it, check it out every once in a while. Check it out every day. But here on the front page, you can learn a little bit about me and what I do. But across the bottom here, if you're interested about real estate here in the Lafayette area, you can find out what's for sale right now. This is completely up-to-date information. So this house on Davis Street in Lafayette came on the market today. So if you wanted, you could reach out to me directly from this to find out about 1117 Davis Street. And you can search on the website right here, but that's just where it begins. We're going to scroll on down If you haven't signed up for my weekly newsletter yet, I send out a weekly email newsletter every Thursday. Sometimes it's a lot like at Lafayette Live here on Mondays, but in email form. So some Thursdays we focus a little bit on market updates here in the Tippecanoe County area. Sometimes we zoom in to a really specific area or neighborhood of Lafayette. Sometimes we look at the overall area. Sometimes we talk about the best ice cream in the area. It's a weekly newsletter, and whatever kind of catches my fancy, what I think might be interesting to my subscribers. So if you haven't signed up, first off, you can do that right here. Just drop your name and email in there and hit submit, and you'll get added to our weekly email list. And again, those come out normally on Thursday mornings. And then we roll on down and we see a little bit about our blogs, and I'm going to scroll back up and talk about what we're seeing here and a little bit about neighborhoods in the area. But I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and the highlights are across 3 areas up here. So we're at home, but if you're somebody that's interested in the Lafayette area, whether you're relocating here for Purdue University or for work, for Caterpillar, for Nanshan, for GE, for Rolls-Royce, no matter what, if you're thinking about relocating here and you're not quite sure where you want to live and you want a little more information, there are several categories here that are for you. And if you're in the Lafayette area and you just want to learn about the other neighborhoods you want to consider moving, this can work for you too. So there's a category for Lafayette neighborhoods. And this is just the start. This website will grow and evolve over time. So we have 4 neighborhoods right now listed here in the Lafayette area, but I have a lot more that I'm working on right now. I've been working on getting the entire site up on its feet, and now that it's there, I can work on building this out a little more. But you can see, for example, we've got Mill Creek. So if we click on Mill Creek here and drill down, we can learn a little bit more about Mill Creek. We know it's on the south side of Lafayette, what school corporation it's in, price range, and then houses for sale in the Mill Creek subdivision. Now you'll see right now there aren't any. And exactly where Mill Creek is located on a Google map if you're not certain, and you can see it's down here on the south side of Lafayette. So just to show, we'll scroll back up to the top. So that's a Lafayette neighborhood. Let's hit the West Lafayette neighborhoods, and you can see that we've got a few loaded in here to start with. Let's start with 3 Meadows. So this is a neighborhood out on the west side of West Lafayette. And again, a little bit about its location and its schools, current home values. Aha! And I knew it. And I knew this because I did an open house at one not too long ago. 3 Meadows has several homes for sale, and you can see the default. These are sorted by date listed. So this one on Pettit, 1788 Pettit, just came on the market, and there are currently 11 homes for sale in the 3 Meadows subdivision. So if you're interested in any of those, you can get the information right there and then reach out to me with your questions. And again, there's a map down here that shows you 3 Meadows, just a little west of the sports complexes for Purdue University, just a little west of West Lafayette. And then also, in addition to Lafayette and West Lafayette neighborhoods, and there are several hundred, I don't have the number in front of me, but there are, I believe, a couple hundred across the two cities. I'm working on all of them. I will have all of them. I'm working on them in large batches, and those will publish out as soon as I get each neighborhood done. So there's a lot more coming there. But then if you're interested in about some of the towns here surrounding the Lafayette area, we can click here on towns. And right now we have 3 highlights. We have Fowler, Brookston, and Battleground. Again, more to come on this, but if we click on Fowler, you'll see a little information about Fowler. We can learn that it has a population of just over 2,300 residents, talk about the history a little bit, its location. It's in the Benton Community School Corporation, current home values, and as of July 4th, when this article was written, so about a month ago, the price range was anywhere between $176 and $340, and we've had 48 homes sell in the last year. So just a little fun information. And there are currently 20 homes for sale in Fowler, with the newest being $115,000, and look at that, it's pending already. So you priced your house right, and it will sell. And again, we can see there's a map here for where Fowler is. So check that out. So we have Lafayette neighborhoods, West Lafayette neighborhoods, and towns. If you've got a neighborhood that you'd like to learn more about, if you live in a neighborhood and you'd like to tell your friends all about it, drop me a message in the chat or send me an email. I'd love to hear about what your favorite neighborhoods here are in the Lafayette and West Lafayette area, or if you've got a favorite town that is not Lafayette or West Lafayette. Now, our next category is articles. So this is where all the fun stuff happens. So we'll see that we have a handful here, and we've talked about several of these, if not all of these, here on at Lafayette Live. There's an article here about the Delphi archaeology dig that's coming up, being headed up by a professor from down in Indy, coming soon. We got some articles about Purdue housing challenges, and if you haven't heard about those, where have you been? A little bit of market update. Last week we talked about the Arts Federation Fall 2024 classes. Here's a little more information about that. And, you know, if you've got a favorite pizza here in town, you can click here and learn about some of my favorite pizzas. And they also link back to all the YouTube videos. So if you want to watch me talk about pizza, you can do that as well. So I've been working really hard on this. I'm really excited to bring it to you. This is just the start of what's here. You can see we have a handful of neighborhoods, a handful of towns, and a handful of articles, but this is going to be a living, breathing thing that we're going to continue to build out and develop as time goes on. And I envision eventually having all of the Lafayette and West Lafayette neighborhoods and the article base, the cool things to do here around the West Lafayette area and the Lafayette area, around Tippecanoe County and all of West Central Indiana. Even road trips, things like going up to Chicago or Indianapolis, I anticipate, you know, having all sorts of fun things. So make sure you jump in on that. And then finally, just a little bit about me. So you can click on the About Me page and read a little more if you don't know enough about me already. So that address is, say it with me now, thelafayettereal.com. So go check that out. And I'll also say, if you're interested in home here in the Lafayette area, whether you need to buy or sell, and you'd like to talk to me, go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube and tell me more about how I can help you out. All right. So that's the project I've been excited to tell you about. Let me know what you think. Drop a message in the comments. Go check out the website. I'll be checking out the analytics to see how the kickoff party's going. I'm really excited about this. I hope you are too. All right. Let's get into what's happening here in the community. You know, that thing that we do every week. School is getting underway, but that doesn't mean that the fun stops in Lafayette, right? Right. Yeah. Boiler Gold Rush at Purdue University is getting underway. Students are starting to move in. The leaders are having their team meetings, getting ready to start leading all the freshmen around. So there's no doubt that school is starting. Now, what else is going on around Lafayette? So there are a lot of events coming up here in the fall. And I was just going to run down a large handful. I was going to say a small handful, but actually a large handful. I'm not going to go into super detail about each one, but you should definitely go check each one out. So first off, Pride Lafayette has its annual Outfest coming up August 17th on I think it's on Main Street in downtown Lafayette, and this year they're going to have an 80s theme. So if you miss the 80s, go check out Outfest on August 17th. Always a good time there, right? A really cool one. The Rotary Club, the Lafayette Rotary Club, is having an ice cream crawl. So we all heard about bar crawls, but this is an ice cream crawl. So this is a family family-friendly crawl. There are 8 ice cream shops participating. You buy a ticket and then you go to all 8 ice cream shops and go and sample the ice cream at each place. And this is a fundraiser being put on by Lafayette Rotary, and all of their proceeds are going to benefit the Wabash River Greenway Trail. So that's pretty exciting. And the tickets are $10 per person or $25 for a family of up to 5. So the family ticket is definitely a deal. There is a service fee on the e-ticket, but this one is pretty exciting. I'm really, truly excited about this. And I know I said I wasn't going to go into detail, but let's see. Do they have the list of ice cream shops that are participating? Let's see here. Here we go. Here's the list. Budges, the Igloo on Taser Drive, Original Frozen Custard, spoiler, my favorite, Silver Dipper, Freddy's, which also I really love, Culver's over on Creasy, which, you know what? Their frozen custard is actually really, really good, McCord's Candies, and Westside Scoops, who serves Hershey's ice cream. So there's some great locations in there, and the money goes to a great cause. So go check that out. Next, we have an interesting one, Boiler Up Downtown. This is a Purdue-themed downtown block party. It's August 23rd from 4 to 9 o'clock, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Main Street. They're going to have themed activities and games. They're going to do dining in the streets. But if you've got kids, probably one of the coolest things they're going to do is they're going to have free rides on the Boilermaker Special. So if you want to hop in the back of that train and head down the street, you should go check this out on August 23rd. Main Street, downtown Lafayette, the Boiler Up Downtown, Purdue-themed downtown block party. I think that sounds really cool. Next, we've got Beers Across the Wabash. If you're a beer fan here in the Lafayette area, you probably know about this one. This is a beer festival that is on the John T. Myers pedestrian bridge connecting Lafayette and West Lafayette, and you can sample beers from the numerous breweries that are here in the Lafayette area. Let's see. They're going to have food from the Emergency Munchie Truck, Pretty Prairie Pizza, and Puritan Coney Island. And the money raised goes towards the Food Finders Food Bank. All right. I wanted to see what beers are going to be there this year. I don't think that they have published the list. Oh, this is the 2023 page. I was looking at their social media post and went to their website. It's still out of date. Okay, so if you like beer in the Lafayette area, go check it out. I know all of the usual suspects are going to be there. Next, we have, I'm going to say this wrong, I have a good friend who sits on the board of this event, and it doesn't matter how many times he says it, I'm still going to say it wrong. The Wabash Music Festival, a Roots Music Festival, is coming up on August 24th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Columbian Park. There are several bands that are going to be playing. Looks like they have 4 on the program right now. I really kind of like the middle one. It's not so much a band. They're going to award their Metzger Award with the Hershey Dayton Elementary School ukulele class. You should go check that one out. That'll be a good time. Ferdinand the Bull playing Americana Roots. They're from Pittsburgh. Brent Laidler, he's a local jazz impresario, is going to be playing from 7 to 8. And then if you don't know him, Levi Riggs and his band, the Levi Riggs Band, are going to be playing modern country from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. So that is guaranteed to be a good time. And the pavilion there at Columbian Park is really, really nice. They did a great job with that. It's just a really well done performing arts center in a public park. Next up, we have the Wabash River Ride. So if you're a cyclist on August 24th, you should sign up. from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. You can ride on roads, you can ride on gravel, but either way, you're going to enjoy the Wabash River. So I'm not so much of a cyclist. I'm a little more of a runner, but if you're a cyclist, you should go check this out. Kicks off at Fort Ouiatenon on August 24th. There are a few more. August 31st, the Lafayette Cruisers Club has their annual Labor Day at Columbian Park car show. So the gates open at 10 o'clock. Entry fee if you want to go show your car is $15, but I think that you can just go and enjoy. I think that entry fee is just for the car. So you should go check out all the hot rods and really cool cars. The zoo's going to be open. Train rides will be available. There's going to be food. So you should go check that out from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on August 31st. The Lafayette Cruisers Club Labor Day at Columbian Park car show. So that's a lot going on in August. And I really just hit some of the highlights. I mean, there are more. There's a whole series of fall events coming up that stretch past August. There's German Fest on September 7th at St. Boniface. So if you want to get your taste of authentic German food and beer, have some polka music, September 7th. Global Fest in downtown West Lafayette, next to the Marjoram City Hall and the West Lafayette Public Library on September 21st. Come out and sample food and music from all over the world. That's always a good time, outdoor concert. There is the Starry Night Festival following up not too long after that on October 12th in the village in the West Lafayette area. And it's a street festival at night with lots of festoon lights strung up over, lots of food and merchants and that sort of thing. A great street festival. Art on the Wabash on September 29th in Tippecanoe Park. It's an open-air art gallery. You should go check that one out. There's the Tippecanoe Latino Festival. This is one I really want to go check out. September 14th at Columbian Park. And it's hosted by the Latino Center for Wellness and Education. It's free to everybody. And they're going to have food, artists, live entertainment. I mean, the food's just kind of guaranteed to be good, right? I mean, how could it not be? That is coming up. One of the big ones, and I think the one that we will end with tonight, is the Feast of the Hunter's Moon at Fort Ouiatenon, October 5th and 6th. This is a recreation of an annual fall gathering of the French and Native Americans, which took place at Fort Ouiatenon, a fur trading post in the mid-1700s. It's a really, really cool experience. It's cosplay and its history. If you're into cons, if you enjoy going to Comic-Con and that sort of thing, it's a lot like that, but outdoors and kind of looking backwards instead of looking forwards. And it's a really cool experience to get to see how people experienced life and lived life in the mid-1700s, and I highly recommend it. So that is going to wrap up our evening's look at events and festivals coming up here in the Lafayette area in August and through the fall. Let's take a moment, please. Hit that like and subscribe button. Check out the approaching 200 videos in our library. Videos about Lafayette and West Lafayette, Tippecanoe County. Fun things to do, interesting facts about the area. Real estate, what neighborhoods are hot. Is it time to buy? Is it not? But hit that like and subscribe button and go check out all of our videos. All right, some big news this week. Oh, and by the way, when you check out the graphic here, check it out. We now have added at the bottom the LafayetteReal.com, so go check it out. Purdue announces reimbursement for affiliated riders' semester pass. So earlier this year, we talked about the announcement that City Bus would no longer be providing free rides to Purdue students, faculty, and staff, that Purdue and City Bus were unable to come to an agreement on prices and cost sharing. There's a lot of stuff out there about what really caused the breakdown in negotiations, and indeed if there ever really was a negotiation from one side or the other. Regardless of what side you might happen to fall on in that particular argument, they have come to an accommodation. So they're still running the campus loops. Those were unchanged as far as availability. I think they've tweaked some of the routes and exactly when they stop and which routes go where, but the campus loops are still free for Purdue folks. But they are now going to offer a $99 semester pass to anybody that's Purdue affiliated, for those that need to get off campus, that live on campus, or spend a lot of time on campus. So anybody eligible can buy the pass through their City Bus mobile ticketing app for $99, and that's per semester. Now, if you are a Purdue student who has been placed in an off-campus apartment, they're going to subsidize that. Purdue is going to pay 2/3 of it. They're going to pay $75, $74, I believe, and the student will only have to pay the $25, I believe, is the way that is working. So they have come to an accommodation on that, so good for them. Purdue students can still have a way to use public transit here in the area, and we all know that we need more public transit, not less. Not just buses. We need light rail. We need trains. We need ride share. We need all the things. So anything that can be done to make public transportation happen is a good thing. Was it the ideal way to get there? Probably not, but that's the way it is. Don't forget, I'm Geoff Gooch, your local Lafayette realtor with the Russell Company, powered by App Properties. And if you're looking for a home here in the Lafayette area, I'd love to speak to you. Go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube, fill out the form, and let me know how I can help you out. And our last good news article for the week: 5 new homes have received historic preservation status in Lafayette. So that's exciting news. There are 5 homes. They're located on Tinkler Street, Columbia Street, South Street, Perrin Avenue, and North 6th Street. So these homes are going to be protected, so Lafayette will have some of their history continue to live on, so that future generations can see where Lafayette came from. One of those homes on the corner of Columbia is the Fitzgerald House, which dates to the middle of the Civil War. So it's a real time capsule of a whole other period in the history of Lafayette. So 5 new homes here in the Lafayette area going into historic preservation status. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for At Lafayette Live this week for August 5th, 2024. Join us again next week, August 12th, for At Lafayette Live at 7 p.m., where we'll talk about all things Lafayette. Go check out our entire library of more than 170 videos about the Lafayette area. Hit the like and subscribe button. Go check us out. Hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are going up, so you can stay in the know. And please go check out the LafayetteReal.com. That is www.thelafayettereal.com. And until next week, have a good one.